Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tanya, just kidding. I'm Savannah, Tanya's daughter, and we're vlogging today. The lighting is weird as usual in the car because we're at a strange time of the day.
Yeah.
So the sun is like right up here.
I had to pick Savannah from school today because she stayed after school for a new club.
Yeah, I joined a club, guys. Aren't you proud of me? I'm doing something.
Well, okay. Savannah used to be like into all the clubs. She used to do everything.
I had my own club.
Yeah, she had her own club and everything. It's not like she was never in clubs. But like, first of all, with the pandemic, the last 2 years, there really was no clubs.
The last couple of years, I've kind of flown under the radar. But yeah, so Mom had the great idea to vlog me telling everyone about my day because I tell her about my day every day.
Yeah, if you don't know, that's something that Savannah, it's part of her OCD.
Yeah,
she has to tell me every second of every single thing that happened all day long.
Like normal kids, parents will pry and be like, "How's your day? What happened today?" And they're like, "It's fine," and they go to their room. Me, I sit and I explain every single little thing that happened, every detail. So you're in for a big, like, old person story today.
Yeah, if you want to know what it's like to be me every day.
Hey.
At like 4:30 and.
Because I'm mentally draining.
No, I didn't call you that.
Okay.
I did not call you that, but this is what it's like for me every day at 4:30. This is what I'm doing, is listening to Savannah's
Yes, it's
day.
the first thing I have to do. Like, I can't let her go anywhere and do anything else. So, oh my lord. Okay.
So she'll go, this is how detailed it is too. She'll go, first, I went to first hour. She literally says every detail.
Like a 7-year-old. Okay, so first I went to first hour. Well, it's the truth. It's something that happened in my day. And we were learning about stuff. Okay, so we got... we had to write diagnostic essays earlier, like at the beginning of the school year. And it had to be about something you're like passionate about and you have to persuade someone about it. And I was talking about social media and how it's fake and like body goals and stuff like that. Like what was the word I used?
I thought it was mostly about editing apps and
like editing apps and, you know, editing your pictures, because then it's like what is the word I'm trying to use? Body. So
body?
He returned them finally. And they're graded, and mine got torn to shreds, bro.
What was the grade?
Torn apart, 27 out of 30.
That's not
so
torn.
bad.
Okay,
it was torn apart.
Okay, that's not considered torn to shreds. You were texting me earlier about it, and you made me think like you did so awful.
I did. I got a 27.
Dude.
That's 3 whole points off. That pissed me off.
That's not the same as torn to shreds.
It is. All of his comments, he was like, "You're borderline sounding hostile."
Which I've read this essay, and he's completely wrong on that. I read it, this essay, and it was not hostile at all. She was very passionate about this subject because what she was trying to get across was that it's not good for young kids to be able to get on something like Photoshop or all these different apps and just change so much about yourselves, because that is the reason why girls or even boys are having such self-esteem issues, is because they see all these celebrities and now regular people that can change the way they look online to look perfect, and they don't.
He said I have problems with my tone in the paper, so
listen, when you read something in a tone, you're reading it in your tone. So his tone was hostile. His tone.
Well, yeah, but if it comes across that way.
But it didn't, because I read it. It didn't come across that way at all.
Yeah.
I didn't think.
Anyway, I feel like all English teachers hate me. I talk myself up. Like at the beginning of the year, they ask you what you love. And I'm like, I'm a great writer. I love writing. I'm the best writer ever. And then they read my work and then they tear it to shreds. So I'm like, great.
Literally not true at all.
It is true.
Your comp teacher loves you.
Oh, I was her favorite student of all time.
See, that's what I'm saying. Like, people don't hate you.
Anyway.
Okay, so you got 27 out of 30. Anything else interesting in that class?
He was talking to us about stuff, and he was trying to say an analogy about like using resources, and he was like, don't use like a tweet from Fartburger69 or something. And I was like,
69?
that's the username he comes up with, is Fartburger.
What is he?
Just fun, Fartburger. So then I went to study hall. So study hall, lame, you know, whatever, it's just study hall. Then I went to psychology, and we got to play with Legos. That was our class today, because we were learning about reliability in experiments, and how like in an experiment you should be able to, like, in a good experiment someone else should be able to take that same procedure and do it the same way, you know?
Right.
And so she told us, okay guys, with your table groups, take out your Legos and build something together, whatever you want. And so we built a cafe. And then she was like, okay, so now what you're gonna do is you're gonna write down steps on how you built that, and then you're gonna take all the pieces apart, put them back in the bag, and give it to the next group, and they have to figure out how to make it, and then you'll see if they made it the same way or not. So it's like a fun little activity.
How'd that go?
It went good. They got it pretty close, actually. And there's a cute guy at my table. So yeah. Anyway. So then I went to lunch, and I sit with my new friends. It was just kind of random. We were talking about American Horror Story, and she was asking me, like, my friend was asking me, besides Cody Fern, who else do I love? Like, do I love Evan Peters? And I was like, duh. And I was telling her everyone I love. And I was talking about how much I love Cody Fern. Which was exciting that someone actually took interest in my love for Cody Fern for once. So, yeah. And then at the end of lunch, like, most of the kids at my table are juniors, so they have homeroom, but seniors don't have homeroom, so they all left. And then I was left with me and one other girl, and she left and went to the bathroom. And then this kid comes over, and I have no idea who he is, but my friend had told me about him and that he's in film club, which is the club I just joined, and he's a junior. And I thought he was a hall monitor when I first saw him, because he looks like a teacher. Anyway, he came over to us, and I was like, this year I'm bold. I literally looked at him and I go, who are you? What? I was like, who are you? I wanted to know who he was. I was like, who are you?
Was he just standing there by you? Like,
yeah, because he wanted to talk to one of the girls at the table, and he was just standing there, and I was like, who are you? And then he was like, oh, I'm Phoenix. And I was like, hi, I'm Savannah. And then we started talking, and I was like telling him I was like, oh, you're film club boy, right? And he was like, yeah. I guess he started the club. And so he entered me into the Google Classroom for it and stuff. And he's really nice. He's like a really interesting person. Like, he's like goofy and like weird, but like in a fun way, you know? So yeah, I talked to him. It was just so out of my character to be like, who are you? I never introduced myself to anyone.
See what happens when you get away from bad people and hang out with good people? They bring out the good in you, you know?
Yeah, I was outgoing.
Yeah.
I literally said, who are you?
You are who you surround yourself with, you know?
Yeah. So then I went to PE, and we practiced so I'm in dance fitness, and we're doing ballet, and we had to practice for our performance assessment, where we go in a secluded area with the teacher, and she gives us the moves, and we have to do them for her, and have them memorized or whatever. So we got to practice that, and I practiced with my friend. And then I went to choir. Okay.
Oh, did you try on the skirt?
That's what I'm about to get to. I went to choir, and okay, so we have uniforms for choir because we're supposed to be formal looking young ladies and gentlemen, and we're supposed to be looking proper and whatever. So we have to wear these ugly ass uniforms, and so we've been getting fitted for them. And yesterday was the first day of fitting, and at the end of the hour, my teacher called me and my friend to go next. Like, we were supposed to go last, but we didn't have time, so we were supposed to go first today. So at the beginning of class, me and her went up to the teacher and said, hey, you said that we're going next today, so do you want us to go right now? Like, that's not a bad question to ask, right? We were like, when do you want us to go? And she goes, well, you need to listen to directions. I haven't even given the directions yet, so you can go sit down and I'll give the directions. And she was super passive aggressive and like rude about it.
Jesus.
And then we sat down and she purposely made us go last, so we didn't get to go today. We got paired for last because she was supposed to go shortest to tallest, and today she went tallest to shortest. That was so rude. All we did was ask, when do you want us to go, instead of just leaving, because it would have been ruder of us to just be like, yeah, we're leaving, you know?
Yeah.
And not tell her.
Wow.
Sometimes she can be really rude. Like, really rude. And she was getting frustrated, too, because a student in my class goes by he, him now, but used to go by she, her, and she kept forgetting to say he, him, and so she kept getting frustrated.
I mean...
She was like, oh, this is so hard for me to remember.
Then she should just use whatever pronoun she chooses to use then. Like, I'm sorry, but whatever comes out, comes out. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
Instead of, like, getting all huffy and puffy about
It's
it.
also hard when they keep their original name. Like, that person kept their original, like, female name, you know? And it's a female-sounding name, so, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Ew.
Ew.
Ew. Ew.
Ew, 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 ew.
Oh, by the way, I wore this outfit today, and everyone this morning when I was walking into the building, literally people looked at me like this.
Like, weirded out by you?
Like, they were, like, looking me up and down, and I was like, do you mind? I didn't say that because I'm not bold enough for that. But I just...
But you're bold enough to ask some guy, who
Who
are
are
you?
you? That's such a weird thing to say, too. I don't know what possessed me to say, who are you? But instead of just looking down and, like, running to class, I was like... I didn't walk like that. But anyway, my friends actually liked my outfit today, too. This is it. It breaks the dress code, but I'm proud of that. Oh, you can see my fat rolls.
Oh my god.
So, then, what's 7th hour? Oh,
Yearbook.
I went to yearbook, and I didn't really have anything to do today, so yeah. And then I went to parenting, and we're watching this movie called A Dad for Christmas, and it's making me really mad because, okay, so it's about this guy. He's like, he just graduated high school, and he's like 18 or whatever, and him and his girlfriend, he got his girlfriend pregnant in high school, and her mom, like, forced them to be apart, you know, and they couldn't be together anymore. But, so he came back, and she was, like, almost about to give birth, and he came to her house, and he was talking about the baby and stuff, and he was like, I'm so excited to raise this baby with you, I love you. And she goes, oh, I'm giving him up for adoption. And he was like, no, what? You can't do that. And she was like, well, because we're not married, you have no say in it, so I can give him up for adoption, and legally that's my choice, and you have no say in it, whether you get the baby or not. And so he was all pissed off because he was like, that's my baby, that's my son. Because when she had the baby, it was his son, and he wanted to raise his son. He didn't want him to be given up for adoption. So I personally think that even if they're not married, if the mom is wanting to give him up for adoption, it should be the first option before that should be giving it to the dad and having the dad have full custody.
But
like, you could prove that he's the dad, take a paternity
Right.
test. Yeah, this one, like, okay, so it was funny though. He was supposed to hand the baby over to the adopters, and instead he took his son and ran out the hospital, and now he's on the run, kind of, because he kidnapped his own child. I just think it's bogus that men don't have any say. Like, when it comes to women's bodies, men shouldn't have a say. But, like, that's his child.
Well, yeah, when
he should be able to have his
once
child.
the child is born and the mom doesn't want it, then the dad should be allowed to say,
yeah,
I want the child.
The mom, so, like, she said the rules were that because they're not married, she has to sign a consent form, but he doesn't have to sign anything, and she can just give the baby away without his permission.
Do you think she's lying? Because I don't know if that's true.
I don't know, but that's really messed up if that's true, because... Like, imagine that. Imagine if it was the other way around, and, like, the dad could just be like, I don't want this kid, so I'm giving it away. But then the mom just gave birth, and she's like, I want this kid. What are you doing? And then they take the baby away. Like, that's messed up.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like basically my whole day. And then I went to film club, and I gave a lot of really good ideas, and everyone loved my ideas. So yeah, we're doing a murder mystery, where we murder the teacher. What? We murder the teacher, and we're making, you know, like a short film, but it's gonna be like a series of films. And then
Do you get to be a writer? Like, did they choose, like...
they didn't choose yet, but like, yeah, it's kind of like a collaborative thing. What I don't like about the club is that it's really chaotic. Everyone talks over each other, and you could tell
Was there a lot of people?
like 20.
Oh.
You could tell like the teacher was getting really like kind of overwhelmed because, and she was like, guys, my anxiety is really high right now. Everyone's talking at once. And I was like, same. I feel
Well,
that.
she's also really sweet and always wants to let everyone have a say in everything.
Because
and,
everyone
like,
was
be fair.
talking over each other. Like, I don't know why people can't just like shut up while someone's saying their idea.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a big pet peeve of mine. I must be a teacher apparently. But
So, do you think you're going to like this club?
yeah, because
How-
I get to act and write
How
and
often-
give ideas
How
every week.
Once a week? So, this is completely different, though, than, like, theater. Like, you guys are going to be your own actors and own everything,
Yeah.
right?
Because drama club is also going on right now. But that, like, you have to audition, and the script's already written, and you're giving a live performance. Like,
Right. You guys aren't going to give some sort of live performance or anything?
no, but we're filming it, and I think we get to show it off to people. Though,
Oh, okay.
But we are.
Well, that'd be cool.
And there's like a tech club, and so they're gonna help us with lighting, editing, filming, you know, stuff like that, sound stuff. They're gonna be like our crew.
That's cool. Very cool. All right. Well, it's getting really hot in this car, and I want to go in the house. So, I hope you enjoyed coming along for the ride of Savannah telling us all about her day, beginning to end.
20 minutes of me talking
20
about
minutes.
school.
Yep. Every day. This happens every day. I'm guarantee you that no one that's watching this right now can say the same, that their kids do the same thing at age 17. She's done this her whole life. So, all right. Well, leave us a like and a comment, and subscribe if you haven't done it yet, and we'll see you guys next time.
Bye, poopies. Who are these little kids? So many little kids everywhere. What is going on in the world?
Is that phone on?
Yeah. Ooh, they're having a drug deal.
The cops are having a drug deal?
Yes. Do you see the way they're parked?
They do that to talk.
Really?
That's what cops do. Oh my god.
They stop and just talk
Mm-hmm.
on the job? That's not allowed. Okay, what? Why is he riding in the middle of the street? There's a sidewalk right there, sir.